Yes, sir. The PSYOP continues. Now, what's interesting about this instance, right? It's a little different from what we used to. Usually, when they take these situations and broadcast it for the world to see, it usually involves a black victim and white police. So now we are seeing people waking up from that agenda, right? So now they done switched it, and now it's all black folks. Man, come on, man. Let's dive into this situation, man. Come on. Now, first and foremost, we have Tyre Nichols. Now, Tyre Nichols happens to equal 59 in reverse full reduction, as we know. Jigaboo, Negro, slave, Rasta, and blues. Words that are all associated with the black man. So it's interesting that this subject is used for this situation that's being broadcasted for the world to see. You have to understand that every time one of these situations are broadcasted to the world is for a reason. This is the same thing with Keenan Anderson, who was also beat by the police. He was beat and killed, tasered to death by the LAPD. Now, his name also synchronized with those same words, with the number 59 and 76. Now, if you don't understand what you're looking at, this is the practice of gematria, simply turning letters into their numerical value. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, so on and so forth. You look at what the cipher tells you to do, and that's what you do with the English language. You now, in reduction, you reduce the letters with double digits to single digits, right? If they're telling you reverse, then you put the English language in reverse. And this is the code that's being revealed. This is the code that's hiding in plain sight to let you know that these things are being coded. Now, Tyre Nichols, his full name, Tyre Nichols equals 149 in the English language in reverse. Now, 149 happens to be the 35th prime number, which his location of his death, Memphis, Tennessee, which is located on the 35th parallel. Even the span of his life was 355 months as he passed away on a day, leaving 355 days remaining in the year.
Appreciate you, Kim, folks.
Now, once again, everything that they tell you in this mainstream media is for a reason. They say on January 7th, right? This is the day that he was beat at that traffic stop. They say at approximately 8:30, officers pulled over a vehicle for suspected reckless driving. According to a statement from Memphis police, when the time that they pulled over the vehicle, approximately 8:30, when Memphis equals 83 and the murder that later on occurred, days later, this is the day that triggered that murder though, right? And we get that number 83. So these things are being hidden in plain sight. Now, let's touch on the word black and its synchronicity with this whole situation, right? With it being black men, black officers, black equals 106 as the location, once again, Memphis, Tennessee, both equals 106. Black Lives Matter equals 106 as well. Right? And now you might remember this 106 numerology with 106 in Park. This show that we all watched on Black Entertainment Television. So these things are being utilized, man. These things are being understood. They're being shown to us without us really understanding the true meaning behind it. Now, the state of Kentucky also equals 106. Now, you might be asking, what does the state of Kentucky have to do with this situation? Well, if we look back, Breonna Taylor was killed in the location of Kentucky when Kentucky equals 106 as well, along with Black. Another Black murder that went mainstream. These things are happening for a reason. We know about these people for a reason. It's not a mistake. It's not a mistake. Right? Now, what's so crazy bringing Breonna Taylor into this situation is the fact that Tyre Nichols and Breonna Taylor was both born on the same exact day, June 5th, 1993. Now, the questions that we have to ask, what's really going on? What's the odds of these two individuals having the same exact birthday in the same exact year?
Talk to them, Kim folks.
The odds are starting to slim down. What's really going on in these situations? Now, Tyre Nichols and Breonna Taylor was both born on the 5th of June, 5/6. Now, the 5th of June actually happens to be the 156th day of the year, when once again, Black Lives Matter equals 56. And these two deaths trigger the Black Lives Matter movement. Is these just characters that's being brought to trigger the Black Lives Matter movement? Is that what these things are all about? Let's keep on going though, right? Because Breonna Taylor passed away on 56 date numerology, right? Adding up the death date, March 13th in the year 2020, and we get 56. Now, the date numerology behind her death was also 56 and 20, as the word staged equals 56 and 20 as well. So once again, are these staged PSYOPs just to trigger real trauma in the Black community, to cause chaos, discord, uproar? And then what was we doing? When we heard about these things, what were we doing? We was tearing down our own communities.
Exactly what they want us to do. Talk to them, Kim folks.
Now, the word staged happens to also equal 106 as well, along with Kentucky, the place of Breonna Taylor's death, Black Lives Matter, the word Black, Memphis, and Tennessee, the location of Tyre Nichols' death. And also see the synchronicity with the number 34, and also with Kentucky, the reflection with the number 43. Now, Tyre Nichols was 29 years old at the time of his death. Just like the day he was born, June 5th, left 209 days remaining in the year as Black. Once again, Black equals 29. All these situations are revolving around Black. That's why it's Black people that's being utilized. And in this situation specifically, it's all Black people. Even the police that was whipping on him. So now they see that the Black versus white isn't working. So now we just gonna pin the Black community against each other then. But come on, right? Q dogs also equals 29. Now, why did I bring this up to you? What does the Q dogs have to do with this? Now, it's interesting that 3 out of the 5 Black police officers that was involved in this situation, this Tyre Nichols situation, were Omega Psi members, aka Q dogs, especially Tadarius Bean. Tadarius Bean was actually a president of Omega Psi. And they even call it in the headlines, they call it a scandal-scarred fraternity. When it's very interesting that if we go back in history, ever since the 70s, it's been a lot of documented severe hazing. People have been arrested, charged with assault, over beating pledges. Some pledges have even died due to the hazing that they go through in Omega Psi Phi. People are passing away due to the severe hazing. They've been taken to court, been sued hundreds of thousands of dollars for the injuries being sustained. One of them, they made that boy drink so much. Man, he won $1 million lawsuit. Man, he had kidney failure. He suffered kidney failure due to the hazing back in 1990. So it's been a lot of things, man. It's been a lot of things that's been going on, man. Even if we pause right here, Steve Stevens. If y'all remember Steve Stevens, he went on a killing spree, right? Referred to the fraternity multiple times in videos he posted during his killing spree. Remember, that was the guy that was on Facebook Live and recorded himself doing all those killings. And he was an Omega Psi Phi member. A few other Omega Psi Phi members, a few notable members, right? Shaquille O'Neal, right? And it's interesting that the Omega Psi Phi colors are purple and yellow, as this was the team that he also won the most rings with, the Los Angeles Lakers, which utilized those same colors of purple and yellow. Now, Michael Jordan is also an Omega Psi Phi member. Now, remember, his father was also sacrificed, right, to win his third ring, right? 33 days after he won his third ring, his father passed away. What do these black men, what business do these black men have to do with dealing with Greek fraternities? These fraternities have nothing to do with you. But see, this is what these people are aligning themselves with to get into the gates. Fraternities are a step closer to Freemasonry. It's a lower step. And this is how these people are getting into the door. They're getting into the door with the fraternities that they're associated with. You can take majority black male celebrities and you can tie them back to a fraternity. Whether it be Omega Psi Phi, whether it be Kappa Alpha Psi, which Kevin Samuels was, he just passed away last year. The Boule. You can draw most black male celebrities. You can draw them back to a Greek fraternity. I have a question. Why, when we look at the white male celebrities, what fraternities do they belong to? Why is it the black male celebrities that are tied to these Greek fraternities where they worship Greek deities? Something's off. Something's severely off about this situation. But come on. Vince Carter was also an Omega Psi Phi member. Stephen A. Smith is also an Omega Psi Phi member. Steve McNair was an Omega Psi Phi member, right? All of these black male players are part of the same football team of the Baltimore Ravens, are also Omega Psi Phi members. These are the fraternities. These are the gateways to get you into the door of entertainment. Steve Harvey. Big teeth Steve Harvey. Big teeth, big mustache, toupee Steve Harvey is also an Omega Psi Phi member. The biggest sellout of them all, arguably. Bill Cosby. And you see the paddle in his hand. Look at dude's face. He just got done whooping on him. Right when this picture, right after this picture was taken, look at dude's face. Dude's face said, "Oh, Bill Cosby just got done spanking on him." And this is what these folks is doing. They're spanking each other with a paddle. This seems a little weird. And why do they put their tongue out like this? Let's go back. This seems a little weird. When they stick their tongue out like that, and they got their two hands out. Look at this dude right here. He got his two hands out like this, and he got his tongue out. It looked like he eating some booty. Is they eating man butt? What's going on? It look like they eating man butt. When you spread the booty out and then stick your tongue in. That's what it look like these folks is doing. And then they giving each other spankings. Look at this wooden paddle in Bill Cosby's hand. He just got done whooping on that dude's ass. You hear me? They face speak for itself. Well, come on, man. Reverend Jesse Jackson is an Omega Psi Phi member. Where do you think they get this symbolism from? They getting the same symbolism. It's getting passed down to these Greek fraternities, to these sororities. The same symbolism that you see the Masons doing. It's all the same. They've learned the same doctrine. And it's getting passed on and passed through. These people think it's just a brotherhood. It's way deeper than that. Way deeper. Mm-hmm. Right? Ricky Smiley and Terrence J. from 106 and Park. Now, we might be making another video about Ricky Smiley because Ricky Smiley just broke the news of his son passing away today. He just broke the news of his son passing away. So it's all these things that's revolving around Omega Psi Phi this year. Is the Omega Psi Phi, has their numbers come around this year or something? Because now it's a lot of deaths revolving around Omega Psi Phi. So is now the brotherhood now, is this the year that they have to give up blood now? Has their numbers come around? But come on, right? Now, if we take the day that Tyre Nichols passed away, he passed away on the 10th of January, 101, just like Q Dogs equals 101 in reverse. Was this a sacrifice for the brotherhood? Was this a ritual for the brotherhood? Remember, 3 out of the 5 police officers were Omega Psi Phi members. So was this a ritual for the brotherhood? You know, just like it's rituals for the Masonic brotherhood, whether they be real or whether they be fake, whether they just be PSYOPS, it's the same thing, man. Kevin Samuels dying was a ritual for the Kappa Alpha Psi brothers. Best believe it, man. What make you think these organizations could just stay afloat for so long? And they're black fraternities? And you're telling me they haven't been dismembered and tried to be destroyed? That's because they doing the devil's business. But come on.
Talk to him, Ken folks.
Right? Because once again, if we take the anniversary of the Omega Psi Phi Brotherhood this year, Tyre Nichols' death occurred 10 months and 1 week before the anniversary of him passing away on 10/1, when Q Dogs equals 101.
Appreciate you, Ken folks.
Now, once again, that 29 and that 11, man. Because remember, Q Dogs equals 29, Black equals 29, Tyre was killed at the age of 29, but most importantly, that number 11 as well, with 101, with him passing away on 10/1, take away the 0, you have that 11. With Omega Psi Phi being founded in the year 1911, as it has also been 111 years since Omega Psi Phi has been founded. Their numbers have come around. Now it's time for their rituals to occur. So expect
I just want to say that boy good. Shout out to Kim folks, man. Y'all like, share, comment, subscribe to Izzy1, and y'all go like, share, comment, subscribe to my boy Kim folks. Appreciate you. That boy good, man. He do what he does.
A lot of things this year to occur to a lot of Omega Sci-Fi brothers as we proceed in the year 2023. A lot of organizations number have come around. Skull and Bones has come around in the year 2023. This is going to be a very crazy year. The other organization, Skull and Bones, they're in their 322nd anniversary of them being founded at Yale University. When Skull and Bones, we know their number is 322, and now we have Omega Sci-Fi. So expect a lot of things to happen to these brothers that are involved, as we just seen Ricky Smiley, who's an Omega Sci-Fi brother as well. We just seen him lose his son today. But come on, right? Tyre Nichols was born and he died on 11-date numerology. Remember, his birthday was June 5th. Then he passed away on January 10th. 11, just like black equals 11. This was another black ritual. This is why all black individuals were involved, because the Omega Psi-Phi. This is why this was a ritual for the fraternity. He was also killed 44 weeks before the anniversary of Omega Psi-Phi, which was founded on a day leaving 44 days remaining in the year, when kill equals 44. Tyre Nichols also passed away 311 days before the anniversary of Omega Psi-Phi, just like the number for dishonesty equals 311 and police beating equals 311 as well in Latin/Jewish. So once again, was this just a psyop for the brotherhood? Omega Psi-Phi, police beating, and death also equal 118. Now, here's where it really gets interesting. Now, on the 20th of January, the officers' names were officially released and they were also fired. When we know the Jesuit order equals 201, Order of Illuminati equals 201, right? The 20th of January. But also, with that number 201, Howard University, which is the home of Omega Psi-Phi, also equals 201. All of these things are occurring in connection to this fraternity by the numbers. Now, here's where it gets really good. Now, if we take the day that Omega Psi-Phi was founded, November 17th, 1911, and we take it to the day Tyre Nichols passed away, we get 1,333 months. We also get 1 month, 3 weeks, and 3 days after Omega Psi-Phi's anniversary last year, when Tadarius Bean, the president of Omega Psi-Phi, also equals 133. This all revolved around that traffic stop. This is why they was beating on him. Traffic stop equals 133 as well. This also circles back to government equaling 133 as well. These fraternities are working for the government. That's why they're still here. Let's swing it right back to Breonna Taylor, whose death day was March 13th. In other words, the 13th of March, 133. She was also born in Grand Rapids, Michigan, when Grand Rapids, Michigan also equals 133. If we take Breonna Taylor's death to Tyre Nichols' death, we get a span of 1,033 days. I'll be damned. Is these government PSYOPs that we're looking at to continue the trauma of the black community?
Talk to him, Ken, folks.
Now, let's get to the Freemasonic connections. Look at the pyramid. Look at the pyramid in his ear. Right? So he was a willing participant as well. March 13th, 2020. If we take Breonna Taylor's death to Tyre Nichols' death, we get 147 weeks, just like Freemason equals 147 in reverse. Now, speaking of Freemason, right? Tyre Nichols also passed away, right? His birthday is on the 147th day of his death. Now, speaking of Freemason, they also passed away 33 months apart. Breonna Taylor and Tyre Nichols. They passed away 33 months apart. They were both also born on 33 date numerology. Remember, their birthdays on the same exact day. They was born on the same exact day, June 5th, 1993. Breaking that whole thing down, we get 33 date numerology. Breonna Taylor and Tyre Nichols were both born on June 5th. That makes both of them Geminis, when Gemini equals 33. Now, if you're a Gemini, no, that doesn't mean that you're automatically a Freemason. It's the intentions behind these numbers that's being utilized with these people that they're bringing you on a mainstream level. It's a deeper meaning to these people. Right? Breonna, even her first name, equals 33 in full reduction. Once again, reducing the letters with double digits to single digits. She also lived in an apartment. Her address was 3003 Springfield Drive in Louisville. Come on, man. All the clues be right there. And then just look at how the world, look at this, man. Right? And also, with Tyre Nichols passing in the state of Tennessee, which equals 137, which happens to be the 33rd prime number. These things are happening in these places for a reason. It's not a mistake. Right? With him also passing away 3 days after the day that he was beat by the police. Come on, man. Come on, man. These is rituals right in front of us, man. These is nothing but psyops that's being performed. That's why the world wants you to see these things. We all know the same people for a reason. We all know Trayvon Martin for a reason. We all know Eric Garner. And they make sure to capture everything on film nowadays. They want you to see these things. They want your emotions to be felt. They want your emotions to be riled up over nothing but rituals for the fraternity, nothing but rituals for the Freemasons. It's nothing but their entertainment at this point. And their entertainment is seeing us go to battle with ourselves, with each other, when really they are the main enemies. And it's way more of us than them. But see, they have to turn our eyes away from them, and we have to look at each other. That's the whole agenda. So we forget the real enemy. But that's all we got for this video, man. Appreciate y'all for all the love. Appreciate y'all for all the support.
Appreciate you.
And I'm out.